Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. Hello and welcome back to ProRevenge. Before we start, please scroll down and click like and subscribe. It means that you will get more videos from me and will really help me out. Please like and subscribe, thanks. Cross post from TFTFD. I thought she was checking in for a one night stand. Boy was I glad to be wrong. I posted this originally at rSLASH from the front desk and was told I should share it on here as well. This is some second hand revenge as I was more of a spectator than anything else. Enjoy and let me know if I might be on the wrong revenge subreddit XD. Note, this is pre-corona / stay at home / quarantine. Glossary. Distressed passengers, flight passengers from an airline who had to cancel or delay a flight for whatever reason and have been redirected to a hotel to stay at while they wait for the next flight, however long that might be. I'd been working as a front desk agent for about a week. It's my first time working at a hotel, so I'm still learning the ropes, even though I'd previously worked as a check-in agent for a cruise line. I'm working the afternoon shift and things have been pretty slow. Couple of check-ins here and there and that's about it. It's about 7 PM when this lady, we'll call her Libby, comes in and, after talking things out at the valet, makes her way over to me. We exchange greetings, and she tells me she would like to reserve a room, but only for a couple of hours. Obviously, we are not a motel, so I'll let her know the minimum of time she could reserve a room for would be a full night. After asking what the price would be, $240, which is way too much for the kind of hotel I work at, BTW, she agrees and hands me her credit card. This is where things get weird. As soon as I ask her for ID to make the reservation, Libby backtracks and says that she doesn't want her name anywhere on the reservation and would like to make it under the name of the guy who would be joining her later instead. I pause for a moment, and after asking her again if she was planning on using the room as well, I tell her that I at least need to put her name into the accompanying list for the room. I reassure her that only the employees would be able to see said list and that no, the guy she was planning to meet wouldn't see it. I would like to make it very clear that throughout this whole interaction Libby has been super composed, kind, and understanding. At this point, however, I'm just thinking she's here for a one night stand and doesn't want the dude to know anything about her because she's probably married or something. Which I can work with, sure, but why not just actually get a motel lady? This theory of mine is further solidified when Libby asks me to make a note in the reservation so that if any point we need to address her by name around the dude, we wouldn't call her by her real name and instead she gives me a fake name, or so I thought, to address her by. At this point, I'm obviously bewildered, but still trying to be accommodating and trying really hard not to let it show how much I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. LMAO. We go through the rest of the check-in process and she even goes as far as showing me a pic of the dude, so I'll know who he is when he comes in. I hand her the key, and she heads to her room. About an hour later, mystery dude walks in. Let's call him Jake. My coworker, who has no clue of anything, ends up checking him in, so I don't really get to see much of Jake. To be honest, at this point I still wasn't giving the whole thing much thought other than that's a bit weird, lol. Not even 30 minutes have passed since Jake went up when Libby comes back down and hands me both keys. They'd both received one each, says thank you in the most serious yet cordial way, and then walks off. Multiple thoughts went through my mind as this lady was making her way to the valet. That was way too fast even for a quickie. Why the heck did she give me 2 keys? Where's Jake? Libby, please tell me you didn't murder Jake. Security is standing behind me staring Libby down, probably having the same thought process as I am. The supervisor for security usually spends the night hanging out at FD. My coworker and I are whispering with each other, still trying to figure out what the heck happened, because that did not look like a lady who had just had a pleasant romp in the sheets. Cue Jake coming down the stairs and okay, we can breathe. He's not dead. Now what happened next we couldn't see because we suddenly had an onslaught of distressed passengers, like 30. I wanted to die, so I thought I wouldn't find out what the heck had actually happened between Libby and Jake. But then, the worker from the valet came over, and boy did he have some tea to spill. Turns out that Libby had gone as far as asking valet guy to park her car in a way that the license plate wouldn't be visible. Why? Because turns out that Jake is Libby's husband. And you might be asking yourself by this point, why has this lady gone through so much trouble to hide anything that might give her identity away from her husband? Well, dear reader, because the alias that Libby gave me just so happened to be the name of the girl Jake was cheating on her with. This woman somehow got her cheating ass husband to believe that his girlfriend had booked them a sweet night at the hotel only for him to show up and find his wife sitting on the bed instead. This BAMF of a woman came back downstairs after probably massacrating the heck out of this idiotic boy with not a hair out of place and calmly had the valet bring both of their cars back and then patiently waited for Jake's mchake to get his sorry ass back to the lobby so that she could extend her hand and demand their house keys from him. She then got into her car and just drove away. The only thing that made this even better was if Jake's mchake's girlfriend had also been there to tear into him as well. I like to think she had a part to play in this whole thing, since how else would Libby have managed to trick him into getting to the hotel? Point is, this woman is all I aspire to be. TL. Dr. BAMF of a woman tricked her cheating husband into thinking his girlfriend had booked them a night at a hotel only for him to walk in and find her instead. Cheat on me and no one goes on vacation. My ex and I used to go to a Cancun resort every year with a bunch of our mutual friends. I found out my ex was cheating on me when I accidentally got a flight confirmation email that he booked tickets for himself and the other girl. It was rough. Tried to have a civil breakup, but he refused to pay me for the Cancun vacation that I had already prepaid. I tried to get my money back but he refused. After our breakup it took me several weeks to find a new place to live and move my things out of his house. On the last trip to the house I asked him one last time for the money and he again refused. So I accidentally packed his current passport in my last box of things and left my expired passport in its place. Since he has already booked the tickets, he apparently didn't check the passport until he was at the airport and was denied the international flight because he didn't have a current passport. I never did get my money, but I did get immense satisfaction that he didn't get to go on vacation. Veteran high school coach gets screwed over by school district and exacts sweet revenge. Alright, so this is my first post to this sub because this is the first time I have a worthwhile story. I also apologize for formatting. Please bear with me. My father told me this story at my granddad's wake. Some backstory about my granddad. He grew up in Depression era Virginia and slaved away in the coal mines in order to make ends meet. His only out was to join the Marine Corps, so he did. He fought in Korea and left the Corps soon after the war ended. He then somehow managed to get a job as a high school football coach in a county in southwestern Virginia despite no prior experience. This was fortuitous, since he happened to have a knack for it. He went on to coach for 35 years at the same school, racking up hundreds of games and a good win-to-loss ratio, while burning through wives and fighting gamecocks on the side, making a pretty penny at this as well. His career was going pretty good until they merged the school he was coaching at with one from a neighboring town. Due to the merger, there was only room for one head coach at this new super school and the choice was between my granddad, who had 35 years experience and by now almost 1,000 games to his name, and a guy with a poor win/loss record and only 150 games to his credit. Obviously, the school board chose the inexperienced guy. My granddad complained to the school district about this terrible decision, and in response they relieved him of all coaching duties and shoved him into teaching an 8th grade health science class. Now bear in mind, they did this to a man who had fought communists in Korea, had 3 teeth drilled out without anesthesia, fought gamecocks and always managed to charm the cops into leaving him alone, and had survived working in coal mines in the 1940s. By now, the man had no fucks to give. My dad, at the time, was a starting quarterback for the school's football team, so he witnessed the ensuing battle firsthand. My granddad decided that he didn't want to teach 8th grade health science and decided to make the school board suffer. The man never got sick and never took a day off in his entire career, so he had quite a few leave days saved up. He decided to take them all at once. For the entire first semester, he only showed up to class on Mondays. The district brought suit against him, but when the case went up in front of a judge, he looked at what they had done to provoke my granddad and promptly told them to fuck off. So for the next year and a half, my granddad only taught his classes once a week and cost the school board tens of thousands of dollars in substitute teacher fees, all the while fighting gamecocks and talking his way out of trouble in his newfound free time. In addition to getting full sick pay, he nearly single-handedly bankrupted the entire district for pissing him off. Finally, halfway through the next school year, the district offered him his old job back. He politely declined, tendered his resignation, and almost immediately got snatched up by a district in the next county over 0 fucks given. I miss this man. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video, but before you go please like and subscribe for more. Not many of you all that watch are subscribed or like the video, and this makes me unsure if I should continue to make more content or not. So if you want more content please like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on any future videos, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also please give me some feedback in the comment section about what I can do better, because not many people comment on my videos, so I have no idea of people's opinions of thoughts about this YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have subscribed and liked the video, please consider sharing the video with your friends. Thanks and bye. I'm still doing daily uploads, so hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.